How to cut stone to fit a custom size setting. This is how it turned out. Turned out really nice. So we got this casting. It was a bronze type costume jewelry with fake plastic blue stone in there, and this lady wanted us to make a mold and cast it in silver and make her real jewelry out of it. There's the lapis that I use. So I got a piece of paper. This is a piece of paper from a tea bag. I put it on the counter with a t-shirt underneath it, and I press the bezel into there. See, there's the two little pear shape. I cut them out of there and then super glue them onto the stone. I have a diamond cut-off blade, and I cut the shape out best I can, using water, of course. So I'm slicing those pieces out of that big cab. I got one done, and see, there's the other one. There they are. So now I'm cutting the sides so that the stone drops into the setting. Doing it all by hand. See the blue on my fingers? That's the blue lapis dust water. Lapis is cool stuff. See, I got them to fit. And that is the next step right there. Making sure they drop into the settings. So cutting the edge I do all by hand, but when I round out the top, I definitely dop it. Just truing it up, doing some fine touches, making sure they drop into the setting. There we go. Now it's on to the next step. Alright, so here is the DOP wax process. That's a very hot plate, and it's melting that wax in the middle. It's a hard type wax. And so you place them on there for a couple minutes. I'm using a nail as the dowel. And you wait till everything's hot. Now that it's heated up, I'm going to get some fresh wax so that it doesn't have dust on it. So I peel it off the top, and I just kind of attach it to the dowel, which is the nail, and then with my fingers kind of press it so that the wax goes down around the bottom. See, there we go. So when you put it on, use the DOP, what that does is it allows you to do a nice roundy top part. That one fell off. I put it back on here in a minute. So it lets you to twirl the dowel and make sure the top gets this really nice roundy, even round. Going to the next wheel, a little bit finer wheel. The next wheel, finer wheel. And then the last three wheels. This is getting close to being polished. It doesn't cut much at all. So you can see how you get it round. You do that twirl and spin up and down. Right there. Now this last wheel is a 50,000 micron grit diamond, and that is canvas. And this is a high polish wheel. It won't do any shaping, it only polishes. So if you have flat edges and stuff, it's not going to take it out. So now I got this tiny 1mm burr, and I'm cleaning out the setting, which I probably should have did in the first place, but Just getting that done. So I'm cleaning off the wax off the stone. It just chips off. It's really hard. Making sure the stones fall into place nicely. Now I'm sanding the top of the settings so that it's even. Doing a little more burring. Making sure they drop down in there nice. Doing some final last truing on the sides. Some final polishing on the sides. And making sure it just, I round out the corner on the bottom of it so that it doesn't chip. Doing this process all by hand, just holding it with my fingernails. See, now I'm seeing if they're the same thickness. And one stone is a little taller than the other, so now I'm making sure both stones are equal height. Beautiful dark blue lapis with very little quartz through it. They call the quartz lapis denim lapis, which is a lower quality. But this stuff right here that I'm working with is just almost pure dark blue with beautiful pyrite through it. Straight up Egyptian looking King Tut's mask quality. Beautiful stuff. One of my absolute favorite gemstones. Alright, so I'm back to polishing. Just doing some final touch-ups before you set it. Getting the edges and as far down the side as I can to get it high polished. Alright, so now I'm pushing the bezel over onto the stone to set the stone and hold it in place. So I started to push the bezel down, then I realized it was kind of thick. So what I'm doing here is I'm sanding a tiny 45-degree little facet on that metal to allow it to bend over. And doing a little truing up right there with the file. Pushing the metal onto the stone. Pushing the metal. Now this is a rubber wheel and I'm just kind of cleaning up the casting there, getting ready for the final polish on the metal. There's a sanding disc or sanding drum that I made. That's 1500 micron sanding, and check it out. Turned out awesome. It's ready to go to be polished, the metal to be polished. Alright, so now we're going to polish the inside of the ring with this tiny little brush. You got your polishing compound that you load onto the brush. And then you just start working the inside of the ring. And you do it like a cross pattern so that it doesn't do streaks. And now we're polishing, making sure I get in between the stones, getting the sides of the stones, getting the sides of the ring, getting the back. Turned out awesome. Now it's off to the cleaner. The final step, the ultrasonic cleaner. It's an ultrasonic machine. It shakes the polishing compound off of the metal and off of the whole ring. And there we have it. Beautiful. Turned out absolutely awesome. Beautiful dark blue lapis. Thank you for watching.